Hi, I'm Jackie and this is Carly, and today we are going to demonstrate how to manually rotate the CROSSFIRE chemical injection pump to ensure the fluid ends are installed correctly.
If the fluid ends are screwed onto the green yoke too far, when the plunger descends into the fluid end body, it'll bottom out or hit the end of the fluid end internally.
If the plunger is bottoming out while running, generally the motor has enough torque to push past minor contact. However, this will lead to higher than average current consumption, increased wear and tear, and potentially a fault. During the manual rotation check, however, you will not be able to physically push past a plunger bottoming out and would notice the contact immediately.
First, we will demonstrate a manual rotation under normal circumstances where the fluid end is attached properly with the standard thrust rod. Remove the acrylic top cover with the 3/16 inch size Allen key. Locate a 5mm size Allen key and insert it into the M6 bolt in the center of the gearbox shaft. Manually rotate the gearbox until you have completed a full rotation, allowing each plunger to pass through the fluid end. As you can see, we are able to complete a full rotation without any contact of the plunger in the fluid end.
Notice how there are 6 to 7 threads showing on the fluid end. This is the optimal setup confirmed by the manual rotation. Now, we are turning the fluid end into the yoke to demonstrate the plunger bottoming out. Again, we will manually rotate the motor past the first correct fluid end, but as we reach the second fluid end that we have adjusted, we are unable to rotate past. If this happens, back the fluid end off one thread turn at a time until you are able to manually rotate past it. Snug the brass lock nut down to lock the fluid end in place. Ensure the arrow on the side of the fluid end body is pointing up. If you are completing this manual rotation out in the field, you will have to isolate the chemical and open the vents on the fluid end.
Next, on this fluid end, we have set up an adjustable stroke length plunger, which is an optional accessory. This allows you to adjust the stroke length between the standard 1 inch all the way down to 0.35 inch. Note that the spring pin holding the plunger in the adjustable thrust rod is on the side closest to the motor shaft, and the two lock nuts are set together on the side closest to the fluid end. Once you determine where the lock nuts will be located, which controls the overall stroke length, lock the two nuts together and complete a manual rotation check as per the usual.
In addition to holding the fluid end on the drive system, the green yokes are also used for chemical capture. The base of the yoke has a threaded port which can be tubed up for secondary chemical containment. If you have a very viscous chemical that leaks into the yoke, you must clear the threaded hole to ensure it does not get plugged up and drains down and out either into your secondary containment system or chemical drip pan. If that hole gets plugged up, chemical will fill up the yoke and leak into the drive system and potentially down into the gearbox and motor, causing irreversible damage. By practice, we recommend you complete a manual rotation check whenever new fluid ends or plungers are installed. This includes the installation of an adjustable stroke length plunger. By standard, our fluid ends are installed on the yokes with the correct thread count showing. However, it is always a good idea to check in case things have shifted during transport. In addition, if you have a fault code on site, we recommend you do a manual rotation check first to eliminate any possible mechanical issues to help troubleshoot.